17th century. Uh, and then what we do in classical mechanics, classical mechanics can explain the behavior of macroscopic objects. Macroscopic objects, that means the objects which we are able to see, right? Or which we can feel it by, let's say, कोई भी bigger objects which we are able to visualize with our eyes, right? Which we can see with our eyes, or uh, you know. So these are known as macroscopic objects, and all the Newtonian law, they obey are applicable to these macroscopic objects. Okay. And जैसा मैंने अभी पहले बताया कि by knowing their initial states, by the knowledge of their initial state, we can predict their future possible states. So this is what classical mechanics tells us, है ना? And application of classical mechanics, uh, of course, जैसे nowadays, uh, जब हम आजकल अभी आजकल या पहले से भी आप क्रिकेट देखते हैं, फुटबॉल देखते हैं, तो उसमें कई बार, है ना, ऐसे nowadays there are softwares, like in, for example, if I take cricket का example, whenever there is a decision for LBW, है ना, like before wicket in cricket, so what हमें टीवी पे क्या दिखाया जाता है? Can somebody tell me? Or what does the third umpire refer to? There is a software which predicts, depending on the angle by which the ball is being projected by the bowler, and depending on its speed and everything, what does the software calculates? It will calculate the trajectory of the ball and whether the ball will hit the stumps or not, right? Have what is that software called? Previously there was a Hawkeye thing, something, right? Hawkeye or something.
Yes,
Nowadays I
sir.
don't know what it is called. You know, which there may be different versions of it. So you can predict whether the ball will hit the stumps or not. Or in other sports, say in football and all, so whether the ball has gone out of boundary, है ना, वो predict करते हैं. टेनिस में भी a spine, they can zoom in to the line, the dimensions of the boundary, and you can observe whether the ball is on the boundary or on the line. ये सारी
DRS.
चीजें. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So how does the software calculate the trajectory, right? So it calculates using all the Newtonian equations. So under it is calculating. You also can create that software. Okay, that can be a very good project you can work on if you know the initial position of the ball, like it is projected at what angle, it is having what initial velocity. So with all these known parameters and projectile motion, can you predict what can be the height of the ball, right? What can be the length, how much length it will travel, what will be the velocity, right? Where it will hit, you know? So you can, of course, that the software is a bit complicated, but the main principle behind uh, its calculations is nothing but all the equations which you have studied, right? Could you now, isn't it fascinating? आप कई बार इतने सारे हम लोग कितने बार देखते हैं, but it is basically it is following all these things, isn't it? है ना? Isn't it
Yes.
fascinating?
Yes, sir.
Right? So so it is all because of the classical mechanics. It is all the applications are there, is applied there. All the knowledge or equations are applied there. Okay. So with the classical mechanics, we can predict macroscopic objects. But there are limitations to classical mechanics because many theories could not be explained by classical mechanics. Classical mechanics could not explain the effect of photoelectric effect. Classical, it could not explain the diffraction effect by a particle beam of particles producing a diffraction pattern on the screen. Okay, which can be explained by the wave nature. right? Not the particle nature. Classical mechanics imagines everything as a particle. Okay. Classical mechanics also could not explain about black body radiation. Okay. So, and this, that led to formulation of quantum mechanics. Okay, कि कई सारे जो phenomena थे around, so all this work began in 1920s. Okay, so first mathematical formulation was done by Heisenberg, Born, and Jordan in 1925. They first formulated about discrete nature of light and matter. Okay, that is, the microscopic system were behaving um in a duality. Okay, that is wave particle duality. Are you all familiar with this wave particle duality, or this is the first time you are?
No, sir, we already.
So
We
we are
did it.
familiar.
You have already
Well,
studied. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
wonderful. Okay, so कोई मुझे बता सकता है क्या है wave particle duality?
So two types of there are two types of natures of the of way of light. It is the particle nature and wave nature.
Okay, excellent. बहुत अच्छे तन्मय. Very nice. Okay, it was Tanmay, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very nice. तो वेव पार्टिकल ड्युअलिटी का मतलब क्या है? अगर हम इसे अपने से रिलेट कर सकते हैं तो कैसे? यानी some of you have siblings, brothers or
Yes,
sisters,
sir. Yes, sir.
younger
Yes,
brother
sir.
or
Yes,
older
sir.
brother, right? और
Yes.
sister, है ना? या cousins भी होंगे, right? अगर आप सिंगल चाइल्ड हो तो शायद आपको cousins होंगे, brothers या sisters. Okay, so अगर हम अपने relationships में देखें, so for your parents, how you are a son or a daughter, right? For your parents, right? From like for your mom or your dad, for your parents, or for your grandparents also, you're like their son or daughter, right? And for your cousins or for your siblings, you are a brother or a sister. For your siblings, you are a brother or a sister, and for your parents, you are son or a daughter, isn't it? So you are the same person, but you have with different person, like with your siblings, you have a different term for you, and with your parents, you have a different term or different definition for you, right? With your parents, you are like a son or a daughter, and with your siblings, you are like a brother or a sister or a friend, something like that. So you are the same person, but in terms of relationship, you have your definition is dual, right? Or there may be more. Okay, although you are the same person, but you have dual responsibilities, we can say. Okay, so if we relate it to for our understanding. Okay, similarly, the electrons, protons, so especially the microscopic system, they will behave differently with different phenomena whenever there is a different. So sometimes they can behave like a wave, sometimes they can behave like a particle. Okay, so this theory was formulated in quantum, or this theory or this mechanics is known as quantum mechanics, which is applicable to microscopic system where the duality comes into picture. Okay, classical mechanics is like a very straightforward thing. Quantum mechanics is bit tricky because with different situations there will be different possibilities, right? So the outcome will be different for different situations. Okay, so that is why quantum mechanics is very difficult theory to predict, and of course it is having lot of mathematical formulation, and so which is known as Schrodinger equation, which is equivalent to our Newton's second law, which we will learn in. So it is having basically differential equations and its solution, because you can represent a wave in the form of differential equation. So this wave, and it can be also equivalent to a particle nature. Okay, so वो हम learn करेंगे. Okay, so quantum mechanics is a mechanics which is applicable to microscopic system and where the classical mechanics fail. Okay, why? Because of the relativistic nature of electrons and other microscopic particles which are traveling, electrons and all travel with the speed of light. You know? So there our Newtonian equations are not perfectly applicable. So that is why we need a change in equation. Okay, so इसीलिए quantum mechanics branch का जन्म हुआ, we can say. Okay, so it was like, of course, Schrodinger, Max Born, Jordan. So the main credit is given to de Broglie. Okay, de Broglie का आपने principle पढ़ा होगा. He first introduced this concept of matter wave. Okay, हम लोग Heisenberg uncertainty principle भी learn करेंगे. Okay. Uh, So he first introduced this concept of wave particle duality. Are you able to see the slides? Wave particle duality.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what de Broglie suggested that um, he introduced this concept of matter waves and also this idea of wave particle duality. So he suggested the wave particle duality is observed in case of light, and it can be extended to all the microscopic particles. First, let us understand what is wave and what is particle. Can somebody try to define what is a wave and what is a particle? How do we define a wave and how do we define a particle? Very good, very nice. Or particle?
So particle is discrete. It's just
Very
one
good,
single.
very nice. Particle is a discrete and it has a fixed position. It has a, it is localized. In terms of physics, we say it is localized in space and time. That is, it has a fixed position and it has a fixed, in particular time it will be at particular space. Okay, very nice, very nice. बहुत ही अच्छा आपने attempt किया आंसर करने के लिए. So wave is a spread of it spreads in wavelength and in terms of frequency. So जैसे कि हमने light के बारे में पढ़ा ना, जैसे light is a wave, crest or trough moves around with respect to time, and we define wavelength, we define frequency, है ना? So wave can be defined by wavelength, it can be defined by frequency, then different wave can superimpose on each other, है ना? So it can be identified by this wavelength, frequency, amplitude, intensity, energy, whereas a particle can be identified by its mass, momentum, kinetic energy, its spin, electric charge, मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट्स वगैरह कई कई और भी चीजें से हम वी कैन आइडेंटिफाई और रिप्रेजेंट अ पार्टिकल, राइट? सो अ पार्टिकल is localized in space, okay, whereas a wave is a spread in the space. Okay, so the combination of these wave and particle initiated the concept of uh, uh, or led to the postulates of quantum mechanics, we can say. Okay, so now let us understand, as some of you already know what is wave particle duality. So some of the interesting effects were observed by light. So photoelectric effect. Can somebody remind us about what is a photoelectric effect?
So when a light incident on a surface, it start emitting the electrons from it. So it's called a photoelectric effect.
Very nice, very nice. बहुत ही अच्छे. So earlier experiments were done, and when they saw on a piece of metal, and if light is having sufficient energy, then what if here you can see the light is incident on the metal, and if it is having sufficient energy to uh, striking the electrons in the metal, and which are getting ejected from the surface outside on the it is they are coming to the outside of the metal, and which can be detected by a detector. Okay, so this effect, so you're striking, you're incidenting light, and electrons are being emitted out. So how it is possible? Like light is a form of wave. Earlier it was light was considered to be completely wave in nature. And how can light, which is wave, can strike a metal, and it can emit a particle out of it, like electron being particles. It can be emitted, like you can see small balls here, right? So which are being emitted out from the metals. So this puzzled the scientists back then. Okay, कि हम वेव डाल रहे हैं, वेव इंसिडेंट कर रहे हैं पार्टिकल मेटल पे, एंड वी आर एबल टू सी द पार्टिकल्स कमिंग आउट. ऐसा कैसे हो रहा है ना? तो कॉम्पटन इफेक्ट भी क्या है? इट इज लाइक स्कैटरिंग ऑफ wave and wave and the nucleus being getting uh, moved or something like that. So this phenomena showed the particle nature of light, like the light is coming, striking, hitting, just like billiard balls, है ना? और आप सभी ने कैरम खेला होगा, तो कैरम में कैसे हम उसके जो कॉइन्स हैं स्ट्राइक करते हैं ना एक दूसरे को, एंड दे विल मूव अराउंड, राइट? और बिलियर्ड बॉल, so it is like two particles are hitting each other, like a collision हो रहा है उनमें, elastic collision, inelastic collision हो रहा है, which can be explained by the particle nature. So जब हम लाइट भेज रहे हैं तो it puzzled, right, the scientists back then, क्योंकि ये तो लाइट तो वेव है और पार्टिकल कैसे आ रहे हैं, है ना? लाइट ही आना चाहिए, ऐसा उन्होंने सोचा होगा. तो ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? तो ऐसे सोचते सोचते फिर they came to know कि नहीं, that light is also behaving like a particle. Okay, that is wave is also behaving like a particle, है ना? So you as a son or a daughter can also behave like a brother or sister to your cousins or your siblings, है ना? So it is ऐसा उनको तब समझ में आया, scientists back then, which may seem logical to us now, but it is like not very straightforward back then, है ना? So I mean, this is how our understanding grows uh, as we grow in science and technology. Our understanding grows, right? Like 20 years ago, who would have imagined about smartphones? है ना? Smartphones and all came back in 2006 or 7, or after that. Like उससे पहले तो हमारे पास बटन फोन्स ही थे, right? Who would have imagined, right, कि ऐसे भी हो सकता है? Almost 50 years back तो computers भी नहीं थे, लैपटॉप तो बहुत दूर की बात है ना? छोटे छोटे अब हमारे जो टैबलेट हैं, टैबलेट पीसीज हैं, so ये तो बाद में इवॉल्व हुए ना. So like 50 years ago, who would have thought that we can communicate with our, anybody in long distance by telephone or by mobile phone or by, WhatsApp or Facebook भी तो we can say recently आए हैं. 20
Yes,
years
sir.
ago तो नहीं थे, 15 years ago भी नहीं थे ये सर. So there is a evolve होता है ना सारी चीजें, science, technology, even we are evolving, है ना? जब like from आप बचपन से अभी आप 12th में हो, in few years आप engineer हो जाओगी, so और then maybe you will create new technologies, and you will be not only the users for new technology, maybe you all as an engineer would create new technologies. So evolvement hota hai. So things maybe may look straightforward to us now, but how it all started? It all started by all these things. Okay. So duality nature तभी strike हुआ लोगों को या जो scientists थे, researchers थे कि okay, electron or the light can also behave like a wave, or it can also behave like a particle. Okay. So that was puzzling for them. Okay. पहले तो उनको उतना knowledge नहीं था, and this is how our knowledge grows. And this is how our scientific thinking, scientific aptitude, and we all should follow this. जैसे उन्होंने क्वेश्चन किया होगा ना ये चीज कई बार अब जैसे जैसे अभी न्यूटन ने ग्रेविटी का हम वी ऑल नो दैट स्टोरी राइट न्यूटन सर आइजैक न्यूटन गार्डन में बैठे थे एंड ही सॉ व्हाट ही सॉ एप्पल फॉलिंग डाउन राइट you all know that story right अब न्यूटन से पहले किसी ने एप्पल को गिरते हुए नहीं देखा होगा देखा रहेगा ना so why Newton was different
That's because he questioned everything.
Yeah.
And not only questions and trying to find the answers for it. So you all as an engineer or scientist or you will be some researchers or you will be creating new technologies in future. So keep this in mind. Like we should be inspired from that incident. है ना न्यूटन से पहले भी एप्पल कई बार गिरा होगा कितने लोगों ने देखा होगा कितने लोगों ने शायद किया भी होगा कितने लोगों ने क्वेश्चन भी किया होगा कितने लोगों ने आंसर फाइंड भी किया होगा उसके पीछे maybe Newton became more popular है ना so Newton was not the only guy उससे पहले भी देखा होगा उससे पहले भी यही ही होगा I am very sure like our Indian philosophers our Indian sages there are so many things in our ancient literature that even like if you may be aware Pythagoras theorem was predicted in our what you call right?
Yes.
So as a different different countries not only in our country there are many other Chinese or Japanese any other Middle Eastern countries even African countries में उनके जो language में जो literature में भी होगा कहीं ना कहीं just that industrial revolution की वजह से our Europe and American things became dominant so we are following all those things right? Imagine if India was leading in technology and dominant, then people would have learned everything in Hindi, right? or in our Sanskrit, or in our Indian languages, maybe other languages, right? So just, I mean, just to inspire you that, of course, we should have this scientific thinking, and you all as an engineer, like you will be creating technology, you will be finding solutions to new problems, you will be creating solutions to our and affecting applications and devices around us and improving the technologies around us. Okay, so this is just so I went slightly off track so that I can we all can get inspired from that. Okay. So coming to the wave nature of the particles, so there were other experiments done where the electrons were bombarded on slit, and as they saw on the screen a photographic film. So they observed the interference pattern of bright band, dark band, bright band, dark band, and so on. So electron diffraction. So electron is considered as a particle, but it is showing the phenomenon which is shown by light. Right? So again scientists was there. Here electron को particle है, तो ये independent pattern कैसे दिखा रहा है ना? So then they got electron can behave like a wave also. Okay, so this introduces the concept of wave particle duality. Okay, this introduces a wave particle duality. So there is a joke here. So we go through this slide, and who can read this? Meghna, can you read for all of them? This is a cartoon. So photon has self-identity problem.
Yes. Am I an X-ray photon or a radio photon or within? Oh hell, why worry about all that thing? I am not even sure if I am the wave or a particle.
So alarm here, right? so so this the photon has a self-identity problem, whether it is a wave or whether it is a particle. Okay, many a time, like we don't have self, like in terms of a relationship, because everything goes parallel. Whether you are a son or a daughter, or whether you are a brother or sister, you don't have that identity problem with you, right? Because you can exist in the both states in the same time, right? You can be in both the states as a son or a daughter, and also as a brother or sister in the same time, right? So, so this is like a wave particle duality, put on the self-identity problem. Okay. So again, coming to de Broglie's hypothesis, basically it relates the wavelength of a wavelength into the momentum. Lambda is equal to h by p. Okay, where h is the Planck's constant, and this relation is known as de Broglie's hypothesis. Okay, so if a moving particle always has a wave associated with it, and the motion of the particle is guided by that wave. Okay, the electron, protons, atoms, molecules, when they are in motion, they will have this wave motion associated with them, which is also known as matter wave. Okay, so a matter as it is propagating, you can create a wave using the de Broglie relation. You can represent it as a wave. Okay, its momentum. So matter waves can propagate in vacuum, but not mechanical waves. Matter waves are also associated with the motion of neutral bodies, not the electromagnetic waves. So de Broglie's wavelength is equal to h by p. Lambda is equal to h by p. What is h here? What is the value of h? Can somebody read out?
Six point two minus 34 Joule second.
Joule second. Okay, what is P? How can you write P in, what is the formula for P?
Momentum, sir.
Okay, very good. So you can write this formula as lambda is equal to h divided by mv. Okay, so please write in your notebook also. Lambda is equal to h by mv. So it was in 1924 Louis de Broglie had proposed this hypothesis about this extended wave particle duality. Okay, whether the light light can also have material properties, and so he had explained that anything, all the matter can be explained, can be represented in terms of wave. So that is why this term matter wave came into existence. That all matter can be represented in terms of a wave. Okay, so according to de Broglie's hypothesis, any moving particle, okay, any moving particle is associated with the wave and the wave associated with the particles are known as de Broglie waves. Okay, the wave or matter wave. Okay, they are also known as matter waves. Okay, and you now know the formula. Okay, so does this relationship apply to all the particles? Let us see for a baseball. Okay, let us have a mass of say 0.15 kg, and the baseball is traveling with a velocity of 40 meters per second. So in terms of miles per hour, or it is 90 miles per hour. Okay, so if we put it into our de Broglie's equation to represent this ball in terms of wavelength. Okay, so lambda is equal to h by nt. If you substitute the values, Planck's constant divided by mass into velocity, in the denominator, it comes out to be 1.1 times 10 raised to minus 34 meters. So what is the wavelength of the baseball? 1.1 times 10 raised to minus 34 of a meter. Okay. So which is so small. Right? 10 raised to minus 34 times of a meter. Now, if you consider an electron which is being accelerated by 100 volts, so it is having velocity say 5.9 into 10 raised to 6 meters per second. Okay, so mass of electron, and if you substitute the wavelength of electron, so electron is having wavelength. Lambda comes out to be 1.2 times 10 raised to minus 10, that is 0.12 nanometers. Okay, so this is on the order of atomic dimension, which is much shorter than the shortest visible light. So the visible light is somewhere around 390 nanometers, right? 400 to 700 nanometers is our visible range, right? What we can see, 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers approximately. We can observe it by our eyes. है ना? So electron का wavelength कितना है? Approximately 0.12 nanometers. Okay, if it is accelerating at 100, or it is traveling with this velocity. Okay, so even that is not this electron will not be visible to us because we can see above 400 nanometers, right? So 0.12 nanometers तो हमें दिखता ही नहीं, और with this tends to उसका wave nature हमें दिखेगा. So like in this case ball, right? उसका हमें पार्टिकल हमें दिख जाएगा, बॉल कैसे ट्रैवल कर रहा है, पार्टिकल we can define it in its position and its time, but उसका वेव इतना स्मॉल है कि वो हमें दिख रहा है, बट उसके साथ वेव भी associated है. और if you are also moving, then also you can calculate your lambda, है ना, your mass and whatever velocity you are traveling with, you can calculate your lambda. Okay. So you can observe it will be in the very small order, and which is not visible to our naked eye. Okay. So of course we are also, whenever we are moving, we are also having a matter wave around us, but it is not visible to us. Okay. So this is about de Broglie. So de Broglie has also said that as electron is both particle and wave. Can somebody tell me what is the time?
10:22.
Okay. So we can just go through with these slides very quickly. So electron can behave like a particle and wave. So electrons are traveling in an orbit in an atom. Okay. So instead of having a particular path, it is like a wave. So it will go like crescent trough. So it can have. So if we can say if the circumference is 2 pi r and it is related to n lambda, that is its wavelength. Okay, corresponding to its total distance. We are equating distance and distance. Okay, so lambda is equal to h by mu, where h mu it comes from the de Broglie's equation. Okay, and if we substitute it in their equation, so kinetic energy of electron is half mv square. So in terms of momentum, like this 2 will go upward. So, or we can also equate the energy in terms of p square by 2m. Half mv square can be written as like multiplying and dividing it by m in the numerator and the denominator. So you have m square v square, which you can write it as p square. So energy in terms of momentum is equal to p square by 2m. Okay. So p you can write down square root of taking 2m on the left hand side. So the momentum of electron in terms of energy p is equal to square root 2me. Okay. So in terms of E, in terms of if electron is accelerated to a potential voltage of V, so E can be written as EV, small ev. So if we substitute in the equation, so de Broglie wavelength will become for electron lambda is equal to square root 2m ev. So this is another formula for electron. Okay. So lambda is equal to h by square root 2e mv. Okay. So this is an important equation you should know. Okay. So any questions, anybody?